Welcome to the Gymstead. It's live at 5 with Gary at the Gymstead. How's it going, everybody? Sorry about the mix-up earlier. I don't know what happened, but it was all scheduled on my at an hour and something wait, and I don't know what happened. I don't even have a clue, y'all. So, uh, it could be StreamYard, could be YouTube. Who knows? So, what do y'all think? Turning into regular old farmer Gumby over here. There's Miss Judy Jules. Hi, Judy. Let's talk last. I see Marco Torres, Kathleen. I seen uh Jonesy in here a little while ago. Let's see who else we got here. Kathleen Sasser, Marco. Let's see. I see grandfather. Yep, Ariel. So I'll try to say hi to everybody as we go along here. But yeah, it's been an eventful day. Rain, rain, rain. So needless to say, we had everything just about dried out, y'all. And man, we had this one come through here, and the whole yard looks like it's underwater. Like I don't know, it's worse than what it was last time it rained. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's working. Bev Wilkerson, see Sheila Tubbs, there's Charlene Grady, and there's Bobby. What's happening, Bobby? Um, So everybody's just saying hi now. Well, that's very cool. I'm so glad y'all joined me anyway, even though there was a big mix up on that whole time thing. I don't get it. Don't have a clue what happened there, but it is what it is. So anyway, how's everybody else doing? Everybody staying dry? I know Auntie Ann a little while ago texted me and she goes, your live is scheduled for 4 o'clock. And I was like, no, it's showing here 5 o'clock, showing both StreamYard and YouTube 5 o'clock. And Mary got on her phone and it said 4 o'clock, so I don't have a clue, y'all. So anyway, yes, most as y'all know that by now, Bertha took a hit, and it was sitting. The dumpster was sitting in the mud like this, okay, and one end of it was tilted down a little bit, so it was one of the wheels was in the mud. So evidently, when I was backing up by it, it just fell over. That was it. Game over. Actually, no, I wasn't backing up. I was backing up back towards it like this. The dumpster sitting here. I'm backing up towards it like this, and the dumpster fell. And when it did, it caught just the corner of the window and then went straight down. And I'm like, what? Really? So anyway, it's a lot of you have suggested plexiglass. Well, I checked on a good thick piece of plexiglass, and it was 150 bucks for that size. Because I don't want to put just any thin crap in there. But all that's going to do is just, it ain't going to take but one little branch and it's going to be done. So the thicker stuff, about the thickness of the window was like $200. Well, I can buy the whole brand new glass of factory glass and the glue and everything for like $250. So I'm just not going to do that. Um, the window itself was only $150. And then there was 40 some dollars shipping, and then it was like $20 and some change, something like that, for the glue that goes around it, and you need 2 tubes of it. So, 250 bucks basically. I can get the glue from John Deere directly for like $20 a tube. So that was even cheaper going directly to John Deere versus the company that was selling the glass. So that was even better. So I think I'm just gonna, go that route here as soon as I can. For right now, it's not hurting anything. Temperatures are decent outside, so I'm not really stressing it that bad. There's Cassie's Kitchen Creations. I love it. Uh, Castillo, Castillo Negro Homestead. That's very cool. Trash bag and duct tape, right? I know, right? I mean, it would work. It would damn sure work. And that's the bottom window anyway on the door on the right side door. So, like I said, it's not really bothering me. My heat vent comes from the other side of the tractor and blows across my legs, so it's not like I get a lot of air through there. If it is hot or cold, it's no big deal. There's Gary TP, my buddy. What's happening, brother? There's Greg Kozier. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not stressing it real bad right now. As most of you know that are in YouTube world, you know, pay kind of sucks between January and February. So it's usually like April before you start getting your decent checks again, and able to survive the rest of the year. Well, last year when it hit like this, I didn't think much about it, because I figured we were just way too new, only a few thousand subscribers or a couple thousand subscribers. So didn't think much about, you know, YouTube taking a big hit January and February. And everybody was telling us this, but like I said, I didn't think much about it. We weren't big enough to know what the difference was or how big a difference it was going to be. Well, now we know. Now that we're at 10,500 subscribers, we definitely feel the pain. So it is what it is, and I'll get it when I get it. That's just the game. We got to get parts for the truck to do that. Um, David was talking about possibly letting me just take the truck over there, get into his shop over there because it does have a concrete slab, and I can just put the packet in there, pull the front end out, be able to take the hood off, use the back to get the motor out, and put the motor back in, and then slide it back in the shop and be on the concrete to hook everything up. So it is what it is. But again, I've got to get the old motor out. I've got to do a bunch of parts swapping. So I'll need an engine stand sitting there, for the new engine to take all the old parts, good parts off my engine and put on the new engine. Because basically all I need off that new engine is the block and the heads, and the intake. The rest of it, like I'm gonna change the plugs and the wires and the gaskets and the water pump and all those fun, cool stuff like that. So I'll be doing all that. Plastic and duct tape. Fix this summer when you have it. I know that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm not even. I'm not even gonna do that because I'm really not even worried about it, and I can see out that window. Now I mean it's one of those things when you're running that backhoe, being able to see right out that door like that on the bottom right there beside you is kind of critical. So I'd rather just leave it open. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. It's not like water's gonna get in there and hurt anything. It's a hard mat floor, so and it's metal and it's got a drain right there. So if it does get wet, it ain't no big deal. No, the stuff just drains right on out. There's Lori Carb, Doug Chastain, Joseph O'Brien, back to good. All right. So, and Linda, I just seen her there. Yeah. Jennifer Ocean, what's happening? Um, the lower end of the truck motor while it's still out. Well, the nice thing about that truck, that new engine is the new engine's only got like 80,000 miles on it. So there shouldn't be anything wrong with the bottom end of that. I mean, in theory, yes, it might be a good idea, but then you don't really know what the condition of the heads are. So, uh, as I figured 80,000 miles on a 6.0, there really can't be too much wrong with it. The truck was broadsided by another vehicle, and it was hit pretty hard. But the engine was fine. It'll start up and stuff like that. So I'm not really too worried about that. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and change the water pump, and I'll probably just um, see if I'm gonna make sure it's gonna turn over all that stuff. But when I checked the oil in the thing, there was no water in the oil. The oil was nice and clean. I'm talking about looks like brand new, like a 6.0 should, but with 80,000 miles on it. So I'm not even gonna stress it really. I think I'm just gonna change out all those little parts, the gaskets, the rear main seal, front main seal, water pump, stuff like that, just because it has been sitting out in the open. Um, the throttle bodies on 6.0s, they're pretty good about sealing off pretty tight. So, and the motor was kind of tilted down just a little bit instead of back. So it would have had to have taken a lot of water forced up into that intake to do any damage. And even then, I don't see it taking any damage because, I've seen 6.0s go completely submerged and you take them out, and you get them out of the water and drain the oil, change the oil out, and they run just fine. So I'm not worried about a little bit of rain like that. Uh, yeah, so that's just like I said, that's just the nature of it. And the fact that it's only had 80,000 miles on it when it was wrecked, I think it's going to be just fine. And if not, there's another one sitting over there that's, another engine sitting over there that uh, oh, Drew wants the body off of, or wants, yeah, basically, because all it is just a cab anymore. So Drew wants the cab, and another buddy wants the transmission off of it. But he was saying he needs a four-wheel drive transmission, and that truck's only a two-wheel drive, so he may not even want the transmission off of it. So who knows? Maybe I trade the transmission out for somebody for something, and use it and get some more parts out of it that way. I don't know. There's Rob Wow. So I know Tony's in here, the big Italian somewhere. Homesteading Outlaws. Well, howdy, howdy, y'all. Haven't seen y'all in a bit. Miss Lori Carpenter. Oh, where's Joe at? Reverend Joe. Okay. Yep, Reverend Joe Jacobson from Eastern Iowa. Diana Pickering. Hello, howdy. Ann Parton. So anyway, getting back to that part of it, like I said, I'm not even going to really worry about the glass right now. It's not hurting anything. It's not something that's going to stop the thing from moving or anything like that. Yeah, if it's 10 degrees outside, that might be a little bit of an issue. Then I might take some cardboard over top of it. But I mean, for the most part, there's Granny Jenny. What's happening? I got pretty much Granny Jenny. I got the pretty much like what I had. Only this one is a Dell, and I'll have to see the specs on it. Come to find out, the last computer was going to be just fine, but for some reason, these last two that I got, well, I take that back. The last new one just kept shutting off by itself. I don't know what it was issue was, but it just decided to start shutting. So we got that figured out, and then it was still on that program. So I got a new one, and it's a lot better. It's a lot better upgrade, terabyte, all that kind of good stuff. And this one didn't want to run that program either. Even though that program we were using for editing took the very minimal of hard drive and RAM and all that. I'm not technical, y'all. So, even though it took the minimal with that, it still didn't want to run it. All the video was glitchy, all that kind of stuff. So in using this new program, I happened to actually, even though it took me a little bit to kind of figure out, and I'm still working with figuring out, I thought the video today came out very nice. Tell me what y'all thought. Did it come out better? Is my editing getting better? Yeah, let's see, y'all. I'm starting my cucumber and squash seeds tonight. Mary has already been in that. Uh, Gonna be not mechanical, still can earn its keep. That's right. Yeah, it's not hurting anything at all. You're right. It's just glass, so, and it's not that big a deal. And it's not like, it's in Florida anymore where, the machine has to stay locked all the time anymore. So, it stays right here with me, right where I can see it on the cameras. We have our security cameras out here, so I can see it. Nobody gets close to this. Nobody even comes down this road without the dogs knowing about it. So, it's really cool that way. Silo, Durham, what's happening? Mr. Westhouse, Melvin Donnie. All right. I'm so glad y'all joined me, even with all that mishap and chaos today with everything going on. I'm so happy y'all came in anyway. So cool. Uh, yes, Mary is getting ready for the garden. Yep. So, yeah, she has we got a table set up back there. She's got a bunch of seeds growing, starting right now. She's got all her grow lights and stuff like that on there. And most of y'all already know that. changing the channel. So try not to spill any beans or never throw something at me over there. Thank you, grandfather. I appreciate that. That Williams, a chunk of plexiglass for your lower door. Yeah, and like I said, the plexiglass was crazy expensive. I don't know why it was so high dollar for a piece of quarter-inch glass, plexiglass. But I mean, I've been to Lowe's and that stuff is not cheap. I mean, you're talking 60, $70 for a 2x2 sheet, the real thin stuff. And again, all of it takes a stick to hit that one time and then pop it anyway. So why waste that money when I can just save up a little bit and we can just get the glass? So I'm not stressed at all. You know, I mean, it can just do its thing. It still runs great, so I'm not even stressing it a bit. So just keep moving on with it. Now the ditch, you got to wait to find out if the ditch worked. Because, it, it rained hard today, y'all. So I will let y'all know in the morning how well that did. Or tomorrow, I'm gonna do some, probably not in the morning, but I'm gonna do some editing and filming some of that. So maybe I can get the video out tomorrow afternoon of how well it's working. And, see. I know, right, Granny? I agree. She's got to make us a plaque over here, with that new laser printer she got. Yeah, so I'll try to get that video out tomorrow afternoon. With learning a new program, it's never easy. It's like with me editing, period, is never easy. Even this new program, I had to have Rachel over here from Dr. Good helping me learn how to do some of that. And even then, I struggled with that video today trying to get it out. Most of it already last night, then realized I didn't have an ending for it. So I had to go out and record an ending in the rain this morning and then get it all put in. So I'm working on it. Audio is garbled at times. Okay, well, I do have. Let me show you real quick here. I do have this fancy critter right here, and I got to be able to hook it up. It's like, is this? Can you hear me better if I speak right into this mic? I feel like I'm talking to a marshmallow. So I don't know if it's this mic or the other camera mic, but um, I'm using the camera on the computer, so I don't know if it's one better than the other. Let's see. No, I don't feel like I'm talking to a marshmallow. uh, did the shed flood with this rain? No, I haven't even gone out there yet to find out if the shop is flooded out there or not. That could be possibly some of the internet as well, because like I said, we did just get like 2 inches of rain in like 4 hours. So yeah, or it could just be, who knows? I'm not technical. I'm not even going to begin to guess. uh, trying to read the comments here. Is the Okay, so maybe that's what it is. So one mic or the other. All right. So I'm wondering if this one is trying to take over the other one. I don't even know if this one's plugged in or not. I don't want to get up there and stick my belly right in y'all's face trying to figure out if this one's even plugged in. I don't know how to turn it off either. Got to be smarter than the toys I'm playing with. Uh, okay. Let's see here. See, it's got this little dial on it. I'm trying to figure it out. Again, smarter than the toys I'm playing with. That turned it off. Is that any better? Because I watched Rand Hall and wondered, did we have tornadoes and tons of rain today? We had the tons of rain, but they were predicting all this crazy 60 to 70 mile an hour gust of wind and all that, and all we got was just steady rain. And it didn't even rain like super hard or anything, but it was just really big drops and just steady for a good 2 or 3 hours, and that's what kind of flooded everything. and I got a feeling it's going to go down pretty fast. Rachel, keep learning. I'm coming to class soon, right? Yeah, see, yeah, like back to what Rachel said, it wasn't nothing major. It wasn't actually not as bad as what they kept claiming it was going to be. Because like we were watching the news and they were talking about, well, stay tuned to stay close to the TV and watch out for the tornado warnings and all that. We didn't get nothing like that here. Everything was either just way north of us or just south of us, like the Waldron area and up in that area. Never got anything up here. So yeah, it wasn't even stressing it a bit. I was expecting, the high winds, like us strap the windows down the trailer and all that kind of good stuff, and we didn't get nothing. I mean, we got foam in the yard. There's still some of that foam board insulation out there, and it didn't even move any of that. So it was kind of shocking that we didn't get that much, which is kind of, a good thing. I mean, but on the same note, that rain was crazy. 2.5 weeks till spring. That time of year. Flowers and birds singing. Time to reset. Yep. And I think that's kind of like winter everywhere. It's like even in Florida, the winters are kind of the rainy season, so to speak. Rainy season here. Up north, you get the snow, and it's kind of cleanses the earth, so to speak. Washes all the bad crap away from summer, gives everything a chance to restart over. Uh, Considered rain catchment. Yeah, yeah, that we have. We have thought about rain catchment, and also that's part of the reason we're doing the ponds is this way we can pump, save some of this water and be able to pump some of it out to help with the gardens and what have you like that. Already said hi, everybody. See everybody walking by and waving. So we had high winds and hard rain, but not continuous. Oh, that's cool, Rob. Yeah, because we didn't even have high winds here. Like it got gusty a couple of times, but nothing major. I mean, we've had worse than that just with the thunderstorms this past summer. So this wasn't even crazy like that. Yeah, and two more months, 6 more weeks. Some people say 6 weeks, 2 months. I am so glad to be getting that summertime again. I'll deal with the hot and the dry and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I'd much rather have that. Um, so, yep, kept the house quiet for the baby today. Oh, Judy, babysitting today, huh? uh, or Shirley Wells, what's happening? So yeah, that was kind of crazy today, but that was good. Sorry, I got a text there for a minute. And I just now seen it. It looks like it came in. Yeah, Scott, the Rucker, he is coming up here soon, and he knows all about the laser engraver. Yeah, he's going to be coming up actually next week. So Scott, I don't know if you're in here or not, if you're working right now, but he's coming up to visit next week. So he's going to come out here and see everybody. He's got to meet with I guess a septic guy for his property. He's going to be moving up in Northwest Arkansas, not just an hour or so from here, hour or two from here. So that'll be very cool. So he'll be close. Him and his other half. Raining here in Leavenworth, Kansas. Oh, Fort Leavenworth, home of the federal prison. Used to be the joke in the army was, "Don't do it, you'll go to Leavenworth." uh, oh, I have a sick baby kitten. Judy, I can't watch everybody's channel. I barely have time to keep up with my own editing, let alone watch any videos. Shoot, it took me. See, I started editing that video last night until I think I was up here till like 9 or 10 o'clock or something like that. Then got up early this morning and kept working on it. And I still didn't get it out until 1 o'clock. And I was or 2 o'clock, something like that. I was pressing for time on that one. So yeah, you know, I am not the computer genius, y'all. I can fix or build about anything except computers and phones. And when they go down, I have to call an expert or a kid. It's just as simple as that. Monique Poole, hi there. Good and attractive. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate that. Louisville, Kentucky. I've been through there many, many times. Many times. I used to live in Elizabethtown, not too far from there, a long time ago. Beautiful country up through there. Uh, oh, okay. Oh, thank God. Yeah, Judy, I would love to be able to find out you were watching Sick Kittens, but I'm sorry, hon. Like I said, that was this editing, learning this editing is kicking my tail. But I'm getting there. I'm slowly but surely playing with it and learning new stuff and trying to get better at it. Hamburger or crunchy taco stuff. That's what she was talking about. I thought you were actually making tacos. I was like, yes. No. There's Miss Audie. See her in the background. See Miss Audie. Ain't she pretty with them ears sticking up, y'all? She's the talker. Audie. Ain't that right, Audie? Yeah, she's my talker girl. Call her the trash talker. She will tell you all about yourself. Ain't that right, Audie? So anyway, uh, so everybody had managed to survive the storm. I didn't see any damage or major damage on the news, which is a good sign. But soon. And as far as like, yes, the windows in the box. Lynn says, I'm not even trying to learn editing, right? It's really, it's the editing is really not that difficult. It's just I'm learning the steps to put it together. It's when you're not real technical, yeah, it gets me frustrated, and uh, but I'm learning, so I'm getting there. There's Cindy M. What's happening? There's Auntie Ann. So as far as the windows, getting back to the windows, yes. So you see this wall right directly behind me here. We're gonna try and fit a couple of those windows in there, either just a big single one or one, but that's gonna go in the barn. So as money and everything comes along and it starts getting warm enough to where we can open up that wall, that's what we're gonna do. Right where the dog door is, that's where the dog door right there. That'll stay there, but we'll probably end up, framing that out across there and putting one of the windows right in that area somewhere. So slowly but surely. Another band of storms heading your way. Uh-oh. Yeah, it kind of sounded like it just a minute ago. Oh, Mary just said it was thundering. Was it? Is that what I heard out there? I thought it was a truck. Yeah, it sounded like UPS coming down the road, so maybe it was. Oh yeah, we got another one here. Y'all want to see it? Can we see it? Yep, right there. We got another one coming right at us. That's crazy. Well, looks like we're just keep paddling like a duck. I say it all the time. We got to paddle like a duck. You stay calm on the top and paddle like hell on the bottom. Midnight vlogs, it does kind of feel like we're living in the cave sometimes because it's always so dark in here. So I'm looking forward to being able to look at the windows. Uh, yeah, Annie Ann had tornado watches and everything over there. We were watching on the news this morning. She's being quiet in the background, she's watching over there, and she's trying to cook dinner at the same time. Marco Torres says, "Hello, Mary." Hello. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, those windows are going to go in there. We do have a nice, beautiful front door that we're going to put up here in the front of the barn where the screen door, and be able to get that in there. And then Mary wanted all glass. So I said in the video, we were looking at some of the glass, good winter doors that are insulated and whatever like that. And man, they were I think the cheapest one we found was $1,500. A decent one was $3,500. Like, that ain't gonna happen. $3,500, I could insulate this whole barn and get half my AC paid for. So that ain't gonna do that. Hi, Mary in the background. There's Gary Miller from Benton, Arkansas. Cool. Uh, that's one of the towns I think just north of here. We hear that a lot on the news up here. We watch that in 5 News in the morning through the app. Deidre Simmons, hello, hello. So anyway, yeah, that rain's coming, y'all. It's getting close. So don't be surprised. Got wind advisory and severe thunderstorm advisory. So if this just kick out for some reason, y'all, let me show you this real quick. This does kick out. Don't be surprised because that's it is what it is. And yeah, that's looking backwards to y'all, but um, it's coming. So we're hearing that thunder. So like that big band that was coming through this morning. It was probably 50, 60 miles wide. Looked like it was coming right at us, all red and purple. We thought, sure, this all right. Oh, this fixing to hit us hard, and it's going to be nasty. And then it just kind of broke up and went around us. Uh, right? Yeah, starting to Rachel over there trying to pack away everything. Hopefully, it didn't hit, but it's 61 day and 36 the next in Southeast Ohio. Oh, that's kind of the way it's been here. I mean, it was even showing like 75 earlier on the thermometer outside, but now it's starting to get cold again. So I'm not sure what the temp is supposed to be. No, it's not supposed to be super warm in the morning. Yeah, 39 in the morning and then 32. So somebody forgot to tell Mother Nature to take care of the heat bill. That's what it was. Went shopping for groceries because of the weather. Oh, Rob Wiles in beautiful downtown Glencoe, Arkansas. Let's see. Stuart Hunter, thank you very much. We are staying safe for sure. There's Possum Run. What's happening? Can't stay but listening. The Wi-Fi is on, right? Yeah, I don't blame you. It's coming. So who knows what's going on there? Very good job on cleaning the barn. Can't wait to get more windows and lighting in the barn. Yeah, us too. You see, we got light. We got a light on in the back over here, and I got my light right here over my computer, and it's still daylight outside, but it stays dark in here. Even having the window in the front helped out a bunch, y'all. But of course, it's right dead center in the front of the camper, so it only just lights up a little bit of the area. It doesn't really give us a lot of light. But the windows going in right back there, that's going to make a nice difference. So we definitely got to get some 2x4, some plywood, and what have you like that, so we can make the windows happen. The old saying is like a lamb, out like a lion. Has me a little worried up in here in Michigan. In like a lamb and out like a lion. Yeah, that's the nature of Michigan, period, or weather, period. I've always been kind of fascinated by weather. Um, I have seen some really crazy stuff in my time. Like I've seen a semi come down the road at 50 miles an hour on its side, 5 foot off the ground. Coming down the median by a tornado, and then just thrown down in the ditch and then slammed on the ground. And then I've seen it pick up 2 mobile homes that were sitting side by side like this. Just pick them up nicely, set them right on their top, didn't even break a window, and then went and tore a path. And you're talking about big trees out for a half a mile, that and just wiped everything out. So it's tornadoes are some of the craziest weather I've ever seen in my life. I've seen semi trucks topple like dominoes in a parking lot one time. And I thought mine was fixing to be one of them, but thankfully it was all on the other side of the across from me. Because if you've been in a truck stop, you see how they're all backed into a spot and they're all pointing at each other like that. and I've seen one side just go tumbling, just topple like down. Yeah, back to good rock. I can hear the thunder over here too, Rachel. Just nothing. The trees are nice and calm out there, and that's usually the part that scares you is when everything's real calm, and then you hear that thunder and all that stuff going crazy. Okay, Mama V said it's already over there, so she's not very far from us, so that means it's coming. So it'll be here in just a short. But it looks like that's it too. It looks like it's just a very short little section of it. So who knows? There's Kim from Ohio, Kim Adams. Have you guys considered making a storm shelter? I've considered it, but uh, maybe in the future. But storms don't really rattle me that bad. I'm not one of them people that just go off the wall crazy about it. I stay on top of the weather enough uh, to know when to prepare and and when to take some cover. And if the weather's gonna take me out, then weather's going to take me out. I mean, you could be walking down the street and not, and something happened to you. I mean, look at the people that have been hit by lightning in the sunshine. We've had that happen in Florida. Girl was out. They were all out four wheeling, and girl hit randomly by lightning, and the sun was out. So if that tells you anything. Gary Miller says I moved here in 2020 from Maryland. Wife has family here. Well, cool. From Maryland. I've been up there. Was stationed up there in Aberdeen, Maryland for about a year. Yeah, going to school up there. Bobby, there's Pettit Jean. Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of you, brother, for Tony and Judy there. So come by your house a couple times, and the car wasn't there, and your truck wasn't there. If you put a storm shelter in the ground, as it is now, it will fill up with water, right? Yeah. And that's another reason I'm not really stressing putting the storm shelter in. And surprising enough, there's a bunch of them storm shelters around us, shelters like that around us. But if you're going to put one in here, um, you'd have to build the dirt up around it and all that stuff and get it above the water table. And even then, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But you'd have to dig a pretty big hole in the dirt to build something like that so it stays up out of the water table. And even then, there's no guarantee. Like I said, I have seen tornadoes uh, do some crazy stuff. You watch some of the YouTube videos where a piece of straw can go through a concrete block or a brick, and a brick, a piece of straw, y'all. I mean, that tells you the ferocity of a tornado. So again, I'm not even gonna stress that stuff. A golfer in Texas was hit by lightning and sunshine, right? And I used to climb towers, y'all. I used to do that tower climbing for like cell phone towers and all that kind of stuff. And they say that used to be the thing. Okay, it's going to get rain, so we're raining now, so it might get loud. But they used to say if you can see the storm or hear the storm, get off the tower. Um, that doesn't matter what the weather's looking like around you. If you can see it or hear it, get off the tower. And that was just the general rule. Even though the towers are grounded and all that kind of stuff, you don't want to be up there because if you, even if unless you've got the rubber gloves on and all that kind of stuff, they used to tell stories about tower lightning hitting the towers up there, and even though the guys had the rubber gloves on, the lightning just popping off of those off the tower and hitting them in the arm, and they're blowing their elbows out and stuff like that. So again, not gonna stress that. Lightning doesn't phase me at all. Tornadoes don't phase me. Yes, I even lived in Fort Myers, where that's the lightning capital of the United States. And I've never worried about it. I worry about dying faster from a car wreck than I do from weather. At least weather, you got a fighting chance. You never know what a pool can do to you. Oh, the weather. Yeah, I was curious about that there too. But the desert out there, I know they get some crazy storms out there, but their wind is, nothing's stopping the wind, and that's where the storm get really out there. So you got the original grounding rods from 1912. That's so cool. How about holes in your I don't think we got to worry about sinkholes because you go down about 4 or 5 feet here, you get rocked. So it's like that's why that first pond is only as deep as it is because I was hitting some hard stuff, but because the property was so wet, it was just filling up with water and they couldn't see the bottom. So as I dig this next time, I'm hoping it'll dry. Of course, it's going to have to be dry enough for me to stand on it to get back over the other side. But that's when I'll find out because I'll keep that pond right there. I'll dig it to that other pond or to the one that's already there, and then I'll connect the two of them as the goes. And this way, I'll be able to. Hopefully, it'll be dry enough where I'll be able to see what's down there. But I know when I was digging back here in the back, it was I got down about 3 foot and I was starting to hit rock, and I'm talking about lots of rock. Now, granted, look, it's raining outside. So he just come in here. He just came in from outside in that rain and just like rubbed all over me, like, "Hey, it's raining out there." Uh, you can just see someone in a wetsuit up on a telephone tower, right? Yeah, that don't happen. Oh, here comes the strong winds. Oh, wow. All right. Well, we were just talking about all the foam and all the stuff I had out there. Well, it's not out there no more. That wind gust was crazy right there, y'all. Like it's bending the trees over halfway over out there. Yeah, and there just went all the foam across the yard. So, um, wow, that's crazy. All right. Well, Vista, that was quick and over with. It's just now getting to here, but that wind just picked up here and just blew that foam around. I just seen it shift that trailer sitting out there with all the windows on it and blew a bunch of the foam boards across the road, across the yard. Even Bandy just come running in over that. He's like, nope, I ain't dealing with that. All right, so now we're just going to get the rain. Hopefully that was all the wind. Well, Rachel, I hope your bubble tent survived that little gust right there. Yeah, Mama V, Deidre, Mama V said it's pretty over there. So it didn't look, it's not a very thick band coming across. Okay, here comes the thunder now. So getting the wind ahead of it at this point. I wish I could take y'all out there and show you what's going on. That'd be kind of a cool show. Wow. Ann Pardon says I got family in Fort Myers. Yeah, I used to live right there just south of the bridge in Fort Myers, and then I lived in Bonita Springs where a lot of my other family is at. So yeah, I got a lot of family that was right there in Bonita Springs, so right close to the beach, and then right towards, like if you're coming out of Bonita Springs, right towards the Immokalee, going out that way. Yeah, you spoke too soon, Bobby. That's for sure. You know, the only time we have lost power here, West, is when they're working on it. Not from any storms. We haven't lost power from any storms yet. Only because they've been going through and upgrading the lines down through here, all of the poles and everything. So down the main road out here. So that's the only time we've lost power. They did blow a transformer a week or so ago, and we lost power for like 4 hours. But that was 2 towns away from here. And the whole town of Havana was out of power. Yeah, so yeah, we don't see that too much of that. Keep it, Rachel, keep it dry. She can't see the foam board out there. I can see it, and the only reason I can see it, y'all, is the cameras up here. I can see that going on. But yeah, it shifted my little trailer out there, and I was watching that foam board pick up and just fly away. That storm wasn't that bad this morning. All day it hasn't been nothing like that. Like I said, just been rain, no wind at all. But now we're getting it. Uh, I have a stepsister in Fort Myers. Her pool gets messed up with every storm. Most likely the screen caves. Mostly the screen caves. Yeah, and that's part for the course with screened in enclosures for South Florida or all of Florida, pretty much during the storms. They have yet to come up with uh, a screen system for those screened in pools. But in Florida, you pretty much got to have that on a lot of those pools because otherwise you're going to get tore up by mosquitoes on a regular basis. Um, Midnight vlogs. They got to replace the poles and wire because of all the new people moving it, right? I'm glad we got here when we did. We are safe. Um, how about a junkyard for a door replacement? I'm starting from beginning. I was late. A junkyard for a door. What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about to go buy a door at a recycle place. Okay, that's what you meant, Amanda. Sorry. Uh, no, we have a door. I have a beautiful door out there. It's got three big sections of glass in it. Really solid hardwood glass. I mean hardwood. Um, it, it's probably a $3,000, $4,000 door that we brought to Florida with the frame and everything. In fact, I don't know if you can see the frame. Let's see if I can show you the frame over here real quick. Right there's the frame sitting right there to it. So yeah, so we're gonna put that door in there. All it needs is handles. And once I get it installed, I'll figure out what handles we want to put on it. But yeah, I'll have to do a little bit of reframing on that front door over there to make that happen, and then go from there. Yeah, that'll fit right in that hole. I framed up for 36. I need to frame it for 37 and a half, or it's actually like 37 and 5/8, so you can shim it and make it right. But yeah, that door will fit right in that hole over there. So that's what we're going to be doing with that door. This way, Mary can still have her glass and have the cedar mountain out there and all that. And like I said, it's heavy. That's the reason the door is not in the frame because you can't pick the two of them up together. Glencoe, Arkansas. Okay, Reverend Joe was asking. I got armor on my bubble. uh, oh, the Big Bertha door. Yeah, well, I thought about that. It's not actually just the door, Amanda. It's the glass on the door. So the door is fine. It's just the glass, which is it's like I said, it's only a couple $100. And finding a junkyard, it would probably cost me way more than that to even drive to go get one around here for that. So the window itself is $150. It's $42 for the shipping and like $40 and something for the sealant to put it in. It's like a silicone glue type of thing that holds the window in. That's all that holds the window onto the door. So it's not that big of a deal. There's Treasure Hunter Neil. What's happening? Dot Roper just got the. That's all right, Dot. Everybody else got the notification saying the live was at 4 o'clock today, even though it was saying on my end 5 o'clock today. So that was Louis Shepard. Louis Shepard, sorry, hon. Um, Mary said, so I see you, Mary, back there. uh, so anyway, I'm catching up on the comments real quick here. When you get all the windows and doors in, so insulate the walls, put up some board. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. Is I gotta. That's the plan in here is putting OSB up in here. I gotta get the insulation first. I gotta do this. Roof is priority, and then I'm gonna start putting plywood up on the inside And that way, when it comes to the outside, of course, I'm going to put sections on the outside for the where the windows go because the windows will set on the metal. So a couple of sections will have to be cut back and pieces of plywood put in around the windows so it'll set there. But the plan is to get the inside insulated, the roof, and like I said, that's about $1,000 to do that. And then start putting plywood on the inside after after I get the windows in. And then once the plywood gets on the inside, as I go through and start replacing the metal on the outside with plywood, then I will insulate the walls that way. This way they'll be insulated from the outside in, so to speak, and it will do a lot better job insulating and not make so much of a mess on the inside of the barn, because that way we can still live in here. 'Cause I think I can buy that, buy those 2 cans at a time. They're like $500 for the 2 cans. We'll do like one whole wall, well, actually 1.5 walls in here from the outside, and I'll just go through and spray it in, put the plywood over top of it, seal it up, and then I'll put the tile on the outside of it, and then who knows? I might put metal back on it, and make it look just kind of keep that old school look on the barn. Who knows? Um, I don't need fancy, you know what I mean? But if it's done right from the outside like that, and then put the metal back on it, it'll look like it's still 100, but it's going to be super nice on the inside and done right. You know. So that's the plan. So we got 8 more minutes left, y'all, and the storm is just about blown through. See if I can show you. Here it comes. Ready? You ready? There it comes. Yep. Now we're getting the hard rain. Now it's gonna go. Oh, I cannot see. Even the camera says, "I need a new glasses." First, Ivies, what's happening, guys? I haven't seen y'all in a while. Well, Jonesy, you ready for winter? Because we are ready for summer. Uh, I know, I agree. Midnight Vlogs, I agree. I think that keeping that old school, taking the metal off, putting plastic on, and then you know, and then putting the metal back on it. I think that would keep it really cool looking. Like mark the panels and everything as I take them off and put them right back up with the screws and everything. I think it'd be very cool looking. Go ahead and paint it, and just make it look kind of like a new barn, but on the same note, like an old barn. Uh, Kind of doing that balance between the old school and new school. I think it would look very cool. What's that? I missed it. Only have a few minutes or so, or maybe an hour or so, right? Yeah, I don't know how bad it is down there, Anson, but it is pretty nasty here. So I don't know if I'm talking to Anson or Gladys. It's moving really fast, so I agree. I agree. It's moving real fast. It looks like it's moving pretty fast. You can't see the field across the street. It's raining so hard right now, so which is a good thing to a point, I guess. Yeah, and it will save the new wood you put on the outside. I agree. I think that's great siding. I think that there's nothing wrong with that. If you tie back it, and you put all that on the outside if it's a vapor barrier. That way, the water, any moisture that gets in behind that metal, ain't gonna hurt it a bit. I think it's gonna be very cool looking. Ariel, blessings, shalom, shalom. There's Gary Dunnigan. Yeah, and from the outside, yeah, I had thought about zip board, doing the zip board on the outside, but that's what we're talking about is putting the plywood on the outside, one, and then putting the tie back over top of it, or maybe just do the zip board itself and then just put the metal over top of that. Whatever it takes to make that happen. And I think that just that way, like I said, it keeps the originality of the barn there intact, and still keeps it that old school 100-year-old look. But yet, on the same note, it's really insulated, really thick, nice board on the outside, and it makes it really sweet. There's Chris Bartlett. Have to go shopping with wife. You've been ordered. Hop to it, lad. When it comes to YouTube, it's always Anson. Okay, that's cool. Uh, yeah. So anyway, Gary, yeah, that zip board is definitely probably what we're gonna end up going with. Yeah, I agree, Annie. I don't need the Tyvek if you do that with the zip board. So, like I said, that's probably going to be an option. Just at some point, it's going to be the cost of it, and see where that goes from there. But look at there. Finally, just found the button on this for to turn it off. Imagine that. So anyway, yeah, and the zip board, like I said, it's all going to come down to the cost. The zip board would be ideal, because it is a lot better wood, but on the same note, it's going to be the cost. I still I like the idea of zip board, and I've seen a lot of great things with the zip board, but it is not cheap. So if I've got to go with a half-inch plywood around like a normal wall, and then do the Tyvek, I'm fine with that as well. These walls are not super tall, so I'm not stressing that very much. I do have to dig down around the foundation, the block foundation around this, and I will have to put sealant on that before we pour the concrete or before any of that stuff goes up, so the block is all sealed up. I'll have to fill a little bit of concrete spots, the joints, some of the joints that come from tree roots and what have you. So I'll be fixing all that. Oh yeah, I agree, Anson. You're proud of that stuff. So again, I've got 20, 30 years left. If it lasts that long, I'm happy. You know? If I make it into my 90s in this barn, I'll be super happy. There's days when I don't feel like I'm going to make it till next week. There's other days when I feel like I'm going to go 100. Who knows? T111 is good. No, T111 is junk. Yeah, and I'll be putting the metal back on this. So, Railroad Savage and Hot Springs. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that too, but uh, getting some railroad ties on the outside there, and trying to help catch some of the moisture back, but it really needs to have the concrete steel all the way around. So we got a couple of minutes left. That's a good idea, though. I'm thinking just all depends on where I'm at with the cost of it at that point. Like I said, it's going to cost about probably 3 grand or better to insulate this whole barn decently, and then with the plywood all the way around. Either way, it's still cheaper than building a house and having to do a foundation and all that stuff. So I'm just going to work on that a little bit at a time as I get it, and that's the plan. So who knows? Oh, he said T111 is a good price if you're covering it anyway. Yeah, yeah, T111 is actually not bad price wise, but I know half inch right now on OSB is not cheap either. So I mean, that really ain't no plywood out there really cheap. So it doesn't really matter how you go. At the end, all right, dear, we'll see you soon. We got 1 minute left. So anyway, I want to say thank you everybody for joining me tonight. That was very awesome. And I'm gonna keep smiling. I ain't gonna let it get me down. Every day is a new day. It's all about attitude. My favorite saying: attitude times aptitude times altitude. I don't stop. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep going. So I love every single one of y'all. Thanks for joining me on this beautiful Tuesday rainy night. Looks like the rain has already stopped already. So y'all stay dry, stay safe. See y'all next week or tomorrow, whichever comes first. Right? Good night, guys. We'll see y'all soon.